tell more about, what you're doing to help lead people or help them grow in their leadership, women, youth. And then eventually we'll get to how you got there and go back to something you said earlier,
Okay.
dive deeper.
Okay. I have to be honest. I believe that the work that I'm currently doing is part of my why and part of my purpose. And I believe it is my faith, my belief in God and Jesus Christ. And it's not that I want people to necessarily believe what I believe. That's not what this is about. But I have to be my authentic self as I'm leading groups. And so for me, that's an important piece of who I am and how I show up. And so for me, this opportunity to lead and guide others as they grow and develop, whether you're a youth, whether you're a young professional, whether you're a woman, whoever you are, I want to encourage you, one, to just, if you're having a bad day, I want to encourage you with a kind word or a smile. When you're thinking about going on a growth journey, I want you to take time to center yourself and reflect. The internal work is necessary for you to be the best that you can be. And so for me, my philosophy is that leadership is an inside job first and foremost. When I take care of the business of the inside, which only I can do, right? Addressing the confidence issues, addressing the hurt and trauma maybe that I've experienced in leadership or from other leaders. When I think about the issues that are most important to me or the things that I value most, if I'm not clear about what those are, then how can I encourage others to do the same, or how can I really lead as effectively as I could, right? And so for me, it's about self-reflection, self-awareness, and then choosing what you will do with the result of the self-reflection. So when you said earlier that some people are, leaving this area to pursue a new opportunity, maybe they didn't have the confidence to do that before. When you think about giving away ourselves to others, yes, but to a degree, right? And so how do I decide to create the boundaries that will help me to take care of me so that I can take care of the people and or the work that I feel, individuals feel that they're called to. So it's really about stopping and slowing down enough to take a look at ourselves and then decide what pieces of that do I want to work on? Do I want to reconcile with? Do I want to heal? And then how I show up for others in my home, in community, at work. You're a much better, well-rounded leader because you've taken that time. And often we don't. We don't want to talk about the hard things. We don't want to talk about the difficult things. We want to show everyone the highlight reels, right? Like on social, all the good stuff. But we don't want to talk about the other stuff. And I think what also helps us to be effective in this role as a leader is that I want people to revisit the hard stuff. I'm not a counselor, I'm not a therapist, but I am a guide. And I've done my own internal work. And so I think that I have compassion and empathy in a way that allows people to be vulnerable, to remove their mask, and to really decide what it is they want. You've experienced that in Women in Leadership to your own degree. And while the youth program that I work with at Focus is a little bit different in nature, they still get me. And so I'm still challenging young people. What do you want? What do you care about? What do you just see in the world that, you're so passionate about, you're running to it, or it's causing so much pain to you or others that you're like, this can't happen, this can't be. And exposing them to leaders and the challenges and the opportunities in our region so that they can facilitate the hard conversations, so that they can learn how to work with other people, so that they can accept different views or perspectives that might not be the same as their own, but that I can sit and have a conversation and listen. To thinking about, in the youth program, we have a research action project. And so they actually pick a project to work on with their peers while they're in the 9-month program to address something or to investigate it a little more and then make up recommendations or come up with recommendations. And so it's a little bit of a different spin than what the experience in women in leadership is. But for me, as the facilitator of both of those programs, the difference helps me want to keep it fresh, want to keep it new, and still want to grow and develop leaders, but meeting each group where they are to take them to that next place.